Hey Justin, my man, how are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. How are things in Bali?
It's great. Yeah, it's just business as usual, but it's really good to see you. How's Japan going?
Japan is fantastic. Yeah. Okinawa is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking that.
I hear they have beautiful oceans there.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
Some of the best. Amazing coral
We,
too.
we do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's the word, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, Justin, tell me a little bit how things have been going lately. Like what you're working on and how things have been going in terms of, new clients coming in and all that.
Yeah, so just within the last couple of weeks, I finished my new coaching program in community, the Rose Garden. So for the last few months, I've been working on that. And in the process of making it, I pre-sold 9 students on it. And
Mm.
so since I finished it a couple weeks ago, I've just been selling people on like the finished version of it. And just trying to figure out like price points and just what's going to be the best way to scale getting traffic on LinkedIn and figuring out the best way to do that.
Yeah, awesome, man. Like great to hear that, really. And when we I remember when I met you when before we started working together, I remember you were offering done for you.
Well, when we met, I was still a copywriter, so I was still getting all of
Yeah.
my income from copywriting.
Yeah. And you were doing done for you, so you were doing the work for all the work for your clients, right?
Yep, it was just classic, like landing clients, doing the writing for them.
Yeah.
Messaging strategy, brand voice, like I had a couple other like high-end skills that I layered on there. So it just depended on what they needed.
Yeah.
Uh, did some like blog development in the past too, where I would like do the content planning for them and then write the blog articles as well. But mostly it was like high ticket copywriting, like a lot of website copy and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, got it. Are you still offering that service?
Pretty much done. I just had a sales call the other day. Yes, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday with a return client. He wants me to write a few more emails for him, cold
Hmm.
email. So I agreed to do that. But actually, I think we're going to do it mostly. I'm going to write him some LinkedIn templates for cold outreach on LinkedIn, and we're going to do
Hmm.
that instead. But I tried to sell him on the Rose Garden. So I was
Yeah.
like, yo, actually the best way to like get the most bang for your buck and like grow your business as quickly as possible, it would be for me to just teach everything I know about how to crush it on LinkedIn. It
Yeah.
was a little bit too much of a gap between like what he was aware of, what his problem was, and like potential solutions. There was just too much education that needed to happen to close him on that. So I was like, okay, yo, let's just do the copywriting again. Let's just do another round of cold emails, cold outreach templates, basically. And
Yeah.
then if you decide you want to move forward with the full thing, then we'll
Yeah.
just deduct that from the total price of the rose garden. So I
Yeah.
might still close him on that. We'll see. But he was kind of in the category of, yeah, I think you're the type of client I might choose just to pass on because
Mm.
he was a little bit clinging too tight to the money and he was too focused on like what he was going to lose, or it felt like he felt like he was losing this money and he just wanted to cling to it. He's not very like investment and growth minded. So I don't know if I'll even move forward
Yeah.
with that. But
Got it.
he
And
might be the last copywriting anything that I do
got
for
it.
the
Yeah.
rest of my career, which would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested in how was the difference for you from like what was the main difference from going to be from being a copywriter to offering what you're offering right now, that it's basically a consulting and training program, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, what the Rose Garden is teaching people how to land clients on LinkedIn. So I mean, the delivery of that, the scale of what it is too, is completely different night and day. It's definitely easier to deliver on. The copywriting is like in every way, it's much different to sell. It's creative, it's bespoke, as people like to say in the UK. Um, and it's very time consuming to deliver on. The process of closing too is really interesting because it's like in a lot of ways it's easier, in a lot of ways it's
Mhm.
hard.
Mm.
It's easier in that specifically for copywriters, people's perception of copywriters is we're more like introverted, a little bit more nerdy. So we're not expected to be like really charismatic and dialed in on the sales call. It's more often than not, it's kind of like a meet and greet type of situation where as long as you keep the vibe right, you can close them, and
Mm.
you're probably not closing on the phone either. You're being like, okay, this is I have a general idea of what you need, how we can help you get that.
Yeah.
I just need to hop off the call, think about it a little bit more deeply for an hour or two, put together a formal proposal, and then send that over to you. And that's usually
Yeah.
how you close. Whereas now, I'm basically just delivering coaching, one-on-one coaching, group coaching. They have access to the course materials, and I'm always trying to close on the phone. So
Yeah. Awesome.
that's kind of
Great
the main
job.
difference.
And how many clients have you closed on this deal? And roughly since when have you started offering this?
12 students total. I pre-sold the first
Oh,
9 at $900 before the course was
awesome.
done. So the only thing that they had access to right away was just the one-on-one calls with me. And then I was just like, yeah, at some point in the future, I didn't even have a deadline. I was just like, at some point,
Yeah.
there's going to be a course too. So it's kind of a cool experience to like, I kind of felt badass, honestly, like pre-selling something that didn't exist yet. And I didn't even know, I didn't even have the specifics. I didn't even commit to any specifics of what was going to be included. I was just like, yeah, in general, it's going to teach you this whole thing to leverage LinkedIn in the best way possible to land clients. And it's probably going to include these things, but it's definitely going to solve these problems and have these benefits, but I don't know exactly what's going to be in it.
Yeah.
But you are going to get to chat with me on the phone right away on Zoom. So that's worth it, right? And so I was able
Yeah.
to close people on that. And initially I used your advice and I split it if they couldn't afford the 900
Hmm.
or the trust wasn't there because it was so brand new. I did 3 payments of 300. And
Yeah.
actually, my very first client who she's the testimonial that's featured on my banner image right now. With her, she's from the Philippines. She's a brand new copywriter, like almost no experience. And she was like, well, I definitely can't afford the 900. And she's like, I'm even kind of like stressed about just doing one payment of 300. So I was just like, screw it. Don't pay me anything. Let's just get started and do your first coaching call. Let's schedule it right now. And then as soon as you can pay me the first 300 and then we'll just go from there. And she was so grateful about the offer. She hit me back like a couple days later before we even did our first scheduled coaching call. And she was like, hey, I was able to scrape together the money and I can pay you the first payment early. And then we were able to land her first client in 9 days.
Nah,
So
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was really cool. And then she actually
That's
hasn't
good
even
results.
beyond that, she hasn't been, she's one of those students that just ended up not like following through and like doing a bunch of stuff. Like she hasn't done
Hmm.
anything since then.
Yeah.
Nothing. But like clockwork, she made the last 2 payments every month very willingly, and she's like really happy with the situation, even though she hasn't put in the effort to leverage it and hasn't gotten any more results. She's still happy with joining the program. And that's been the case with pretty much everyone. Like all 12 of my students, they're really happy. They enjoy the experience of working with me, even if it's been a couple months and they've been distracted with other things and they haven't been leveraging the resources and actually taking action. They
Yeah.
enjoy the experience. They feel like they're
Yeah.
getting the value. And so, I got feedback from one of my students' friends on LinkedIn. She just knows that I work with one of her friends, and she was like, yeah, I was talking with so and so, and she was saying how happy she is with working with you and how like she's just so glad she found you. And we haven't even landed her first client yet, because she's been distracted with other things. It's been like a month and a half. We haven't gotten any results, but she likes it. So
Yeah.
overall, we're beta tests. It's kind of a proven concept. I know that I can deliver on it, especially like energetically. I can deliver it, make it feel like it's worth it. It's worth the value. And so now we're just in the process of now that everything's done, all the material's done, we're like just fully leveraging it. And then I'm just trying to charge as much as I possibly can each time. So
Yeah.
student number 10, I charged 1.4K. Student number 11, I charged 2K. And then the last one I closed, I charged 3K. So
Awesome. Great job, man. Like
it,
really, and I completely agree with you. When you work on a consulting basis, like you tend to have your clients to be a lot more involved versus when you do done for you. Like when you deliver a service and you do everything yourself, because like they feel
uh,
part of the of the work, right?
mhm.
Absolutely. And when did you start offering this new product?
So I started selling it like maybe 3 months ago.
So
Yeah,
awesome. So in three
September.
months you closed 12 clients,
Yeah,
roughly.
but I I wasn't really active. I wasn't super actively trying to promote it until I just finished it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So those first 9 sales, I was just kind of with like lightly reference it every once in a while. The first two, I had an email list of about like 50 people. And so I made an announcement to my email list and I closed 2 people from there.
Awesome.
And the other 7 just kind of trickled in every once in a while when I would make a post. Sometimes I would mention that I got this new coaching program that's cooking. And I would close a few people here and there. But it's only been in the last couple weeks that I was like, this is my focus. It's done. This is my focus is to market this thing now. And so
Yeah. Okay, awesome, man. Thank you so much for sharing this. And is there anything else that you would like to share before we wrap this up?
no, man. Yeah, I really appreciate all the help. You were really generous with your time. And when we had that first powwow in Uluwatu, and you just like dumped so much knowledge on me, and there's just so many different reasons why that was so helpful. Like you gave me a ton of great strategy, like the pricing structure, with
Mm,
putting the 903 payments. Literally, your whole pricing structure is what I modeled. A lot of the format of my program too is modeled after you. But mostly it was just the encouragement to be like, okay, like you can do this. You're ready to do this. Like let's just put it let's think out your offer really clearly and just go for it, man. Like you have enough experience, you have enough knowledge to share. Like just pull the trigger and do it. So if it wasn't for that, like I don't know exactly where I'd be right now. I definitely wouldn't be anywhere near as far along as I am. And it just kind of gave me the confidence and the clarity of like,
mm.
okay, what are the next steps that I need to do to start doing it. So yeah, I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Like it's like you worked really hard for this. So of course I might have given you like a little nudge, but you were ready for this. Absolutely.
I think so too. Yeah, I mean, I've been copywriting and been immersed in the marketing space for 7 years. So I had a lot of information in my brain, and it just was a matter of like packaging it in a way and focusing on like a specific type of problem that I could help people solve.
Yeah.
Uh, that was a good fit for the type of people I could connect with on LinkedIn. And so I was able to find a good fit and make it work.
Yeah. Absolutely. Man, thank you so much for sharing this and yeah, have a great rest of your day.
Cool, man. Yeah, it was great
Thank
catching
you.
up. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
See ya.